Your podcast?
No, we do my studio.
Yeah, good afternoon. This is Chef Bernie Matz coming from Cafe Bernie at 5600 Collins Avenue on the beautiful Indian Creek Waterway. 5 p.m. on Friday afternoon, as we do every week. My co-host, Diego Caiola.
Bernie Matz, how are you, brother?
Very, very well. Diego, today's guest, I'm very excited.
Yeah.
I've known this guy for a long time. He's blown up in the last couple of years. He's all over Instagram. Everybody I know is following him.
Yeah, especially if you're in the food and beverage industry, definitely.
Especially if you're in the FandB here in Miami.
Yep.
Welcome, Felix Bendersky.
Hey. Bro, I got to tell you, this Spring 44 vodka is really fucking good.
It's good, yeah.
Now that you mentioned Spring 44 vodka, Spring 44 vodka is our sponsor today, Diego, of course. It's one of our favorite sponsors.
Yep.
Felix, you know Spring 44 vodka?
Yeah, I've had it before, and it does the trick. You guys will get a lot out of me today.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I don't know if you know that it's organic. It's also from the springs of the mountains of Colorado.
Made in the USA, we love it.
Made in the USA, distilled 6 times. Now, Diego and I love Colorado. We just like going there. You know, it's burning whatever we want there.
Yeah, legal weed.
But we do love going to Colorado. All right, welcome, Spring 44 vodka. Delicious, right?
Fantastic.
That's what we're drinking today. Let's have a little cheers.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me,
All
guys.
right.
Big fan. Thanks, Diego.
All right, we've known Felix for a long time, Diego. He's from Brooklyn, New York.
Nice, Brooklyn.
Yeah, went to high school in Brooklyn.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, college up there in Boston, Northeastern.
Boston.
Well, Brooklyn has changed
Right.
a lot, huh?
Brooklyn's...
You get back to Brooklyn?
I do, but where I'm from hasn't changed. Super Russian, Brighton Beach.
Oh, yeah, still.
Yeah, I mean, people there still, use the little mom and pop stores, and nothing's really changed there. I love it.
Wow.
My area, it's more Nathan's and Russian gangster nightclubs.
Good. I mean,
that's the area
that's
I
a
always
nice
enjoyed
change,
from
yeah.
Brooklyn. No, I love Coney Island. I love going down to Nathan's. And your neighborhood I'm very familiar with. Excellent. So you go to Boston College, Northeastern?
I went to Northeastern,
right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Studied marketing?
Studied marketing. Originally wanted to do finance and went to Northeastern. I was promoting nightclubs and I loved it. And I was like, this is what I want to do. And marketing it was.
So he was promoting he was one of those kids that was promoting the nightclubs there.
Those are good
the
times,
nightclub
man.
scene.
The 90s nightclub scene in
the
the
other
90s.
college kids.
Yeah, I was definitely one of those douchebags that used to put flyers on your car. And
then you got paid by if people showed up, right?
yeah, well, eventually, first you do the per head thing and then you become big enough, you get the whole door, and then you get the whole door at multiple places a night, and then you hire people with book bags full of cash to go to your house throughout the night. I mean, it's, definitely paid for college.
Yep, not a bad life.
So you finished grad school in 2001. I like giving people's approximate ages away every week.
Yeah,
right?
finished college in 01.
In
Finished college
01.
Yep.
Diego, I don't know if you know this, but this guy started the very first online ordering platform that didn't exist. This was long before
Right. There's no apps.
The
There's no
apps.
apps.
So it wasn't an app. It was an online situation
to order food?
Yeah.
to order food.
Oh, nice.
He did it in Boston. They had independent drivers.
Yep.
And he signed up about 350 accounts. He was a kid out of school.
Right out the gate.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Right? You end up in 2008.
We had a partnership with Grubhub. They had the website. They didn't really do the delivery, as you guys know. They always sourced it to the restaurants back then, but they couldn't get restaurants to use the platform. We had the restaurants, so we brought in our clients like Cheesecake. We were the first ones to do Cheesecake Factory, P.F. Chang's. So they brought us
Now,
out.
did those guys do delivery themselves, or did
No,
Cheesecake?
no. They
So
said they'll never do delivery.
They never even wanted to mess with the
they didn't
delivery
even
drivers.
They didn't
and all
want to
that
work
bullshit.
with us. They didn't want to
No.
give us a discount. Cheesecake Factory, P.F. Chang started bringing in 100, 150 orders a night.
Yeah.
And
Hey, you gotta
honestly
love
worked.
that.
Yeah,
And by the way, if you've ever had P.F. Chang's delivered, it's way better at home.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? And I'd even say that about Cheesecake Factory. Probably better when it's home and it's a little mushier, not as crunchy, but it's more like dense.
You know, I
flavored.
like eating out, man. I'll tell you the truth. I've never used an online ordering app, ever.
Oh my God! All right, so Diego, he sells out to Grubhub for a nice chunk of change, a nice chunk of change.
Yeah.
Nice.
But they had offered you cash, or they had offered you a couple of points, right?
They had offered like, hey, why don't you stay and
Yeah.
we'll work like a new deal with the new version of it. And me, I started this company with 3 cell phones and a printer. I'm like, with all this new competition, like Campus Foods.
Just
and
give me a
Food,
check, yeah.
I was like, I'll take the fucking money.
I'll take the
3 years, I'll take the money.
He took the check. By the way, the check, I'm not supposed to say, but I'm going to go ahead and say it anyways. It was like it's seven figure, that good. It was a nice check.
Nice.
But I did the math. If he would have taken the points, he'd be worth about $450 million.
Yeah.
Something
You ever
like
think
that,
about
yeah?
that?
I think about it a lot. I make very poor choices in life.
So you lost about $434 million.
So here's a funny one for you. So originally, when I was deciding what to do, my dad is like, Felix, just fucking do it. You're never gonna make money this way. And, you're not gonna make money selling hamburgers. And as they're ringing the stock market with Seamless, when they announced the merger, I turn to my father and say, hey, listen, I can't make money selling fucking hamburgers. He's like, what are you fucking listening to me for? I never finished high school.
Anyways, I looked it up just yesterday because I knew Felix was coming. Grubhub's got a market capitalization of $7.8 billion right now. Yeah.
Yep.
Anyways, we moved on from there.
Thanks for the
No
painful
worries.
memories. I'm also the same person that told the Napster guys nobody's going to download music. The same guy that told the Facebook guys who used to order from us all the time that you guys will never touch fucking MySpace.
What got you down here? What got you to move down to Miami?
When we sold to Grubhub, it was like, okay, what do we do now? We kind of aged out of Boston.
You were married?
I am married now. At the time, I was with my girlfriend. She's from Boston. And she's like, Felix, you're like the oldest person in Boston at like 28, 29 years old. I was like, all right, where the fuck do you want to go? She's like, palm trees make me happy.
Miami, baby.
We had a place there.
Did you end up marrying her?
I wound up marrying her.
Oh, wonderful. All right, good
Great girl.
story.
And you still with her?
Not only that, she's actually in charge of our social media and our podcast.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
So just nice things to say.
she's my
So
ride
he
or die.
moves down. This is where I meet him. He moves down in 2009. He starts a business, a biodiesel business, which basically he was going to restaurants, signing them up, buying their used oil because every week or twice a week you dump your used oil in a tank. And then you dump your used oil in Felix's tank, and then he'd come and pick it up once a month. And every month you got to check for like $150, $200, whatever it was, right? And then you guys are recycling that into diesel, gasoline, I guess for, I don't know.
Biodiesel, yeah, which is one of the main ingredients. Used cooking vegetable oil is the main ingredient for biodiesel. And at the time, we were going to do this originally in New York, but then everybody was doing it in New York.
Oh,
and it's fucking cowboys ripping each other off. So I looked at the Miami market, and nobody was paying for it. It was, oh, you want my fucking oil? Here, take it. It's free.
Now, listen, I didn't even know this, but inside the oil, there's like leftover food.
All the French fries on top.
They actually process that and turn it into dog food?
Feedstock. Yeah,
Feedstock.
for like pigs in South America and Germany.
There you go.
Yeah. So, whatever's left over on the top of the tank gets put into these monster
Nothing
Ziploc
goes
bags,
to
and
waste.
nothing
Everything
goes to
gets
waste.
recycled. I love
Everything
it.
gets recycled.
Interesting.
All right. So get this. He has accounts all over the city, and this is how he gets into the actual leasing, because your business is leasing restaurants, right?
Right.
That's where you make your money.
Right.
Right. You
Well,
don't.
the reason why we knew this it was going to work, or the F&B at least, was when we were doing the used cooking oil. Based on the oil levels that we got, we would know what restaurants were opening and closing based on how often they changed their oil.
Got it.
So we were like, oh shit, well, this guy hasn't been changing. He's going to be out of business in the next 3 weeks. So we already know where the second gens were. And then
You're already in there. You had one
we
foot
were
in.
it. Yeah, we had one foot in.
I mean, anybody can rent you a space, but Felix is really a consultant.
Yeah.
He lays out the roadmap. He lays out all the pitfalls and all the hurdles and all the shit you can get caught up into with all the, well, we know it in the business, but what I'm always amazed at, Felix, and this has always been this way, everybody wants a restaurant, don't they? I mean,
The demand
everybody
outweighs the
thinks
inventory.
that they can do a restaurant.
You've
No,
never
but I mean,
tried my pizza.
amateurs.
You've never tried my
No,
pizza.
I'm just saying amateurs. Doctors that make a little money, they want a restaurant. Attorneys make a little money, they want a restaurant.
Celebrities.
Right? Celebrities make a little money, they want a restaurant. So you've got all these people getting into the restaurant business. Now it's no longer a joke. Now it's big money to get in.
And it's Miami, so again, a lot of the time, guys, people need visas from South America. It's not always about whether or not those places you like go by and it's always fucking empty.
What are they doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how's this
Yeah.
place still
Yeah.
open? Not
Visa.
necessarily that they are,
Visa.
need the money. Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that's another problem with Miami. Like, what's ruining the scene is places like that like shouldn't be open, and they're taking away a good opportunity from talented
But
chefs.
those guys, you're not turning down their money.
I am. I mean, sometimes I am.
You do?
Well, listen, even now it's a little harder because
mean-
every fucking landlord wants a carbone. Every landlord,
Yeah.
as long as they pay, they don't give a fuck, So
What's the average lease for a restaurant?
5 years, 5 and plus a 5.
5.
But the second 5 will be at a market value.
Yeah.
Which, is also getting a little out of control now.
Yeah, be double the rent in 5 years.
I gotta say
Yeah.
something. That's really the issue. 5 plus 5. A restaurant doesn't get going till 5,
Yep.
and doesn't really start making
Yeah.
money after 10. And there, your lease went up.
Well, that's why
You
Prima
know,
Pasta is so
so-
successful.
Well,
Jerry's
Prima
been
Pasta.
there 32, 33 years.
That's right.
You gotta own the
and
properties.
he's they're trying to push him out too. I grew up in an area that used to be called Fu Manchu.
Yeah.
And he used to have
Correct.
a big belly, a big Chinese belly guy there. Yeah.
I used to love that place.
Yeah,
Seems a
that's
little
what-
racist,
back in
doesn't
the-
it?
Well, that's what it was.
I mean,
I'm not making it up.
That's worse than Aunt Jemima.
Well, it was
That's,
called Fu Manchu.
All right, so in 2024, the beginning of 2024 in January.
Last year?
Last year, Felix comes out with what he predicted. I kind of felt it was a rant, but really it was a Nostradamus couldn't have predicted better. He predicted a restaurant Armageddon in Miami. That got you a lot of attention.
Yeah,
Right?
but not always not for the best. It was leading to a couple of months. We saw it coming. I was asking people, guys, I'm seeing this. All the people in the back of the house, in the kitchen, and the hotel reservation bookings, and everything else. The writing was on the wall, and in my opinion, I was like, holy shit, 24 is going to be the worst fucking year for me because there's going to be a lot of places closing.
Yep.
And I was like, you know what, fuck it. My wife's like, listen, just tell the truth. I was like, okay, fair enough. Went on, had a couple drinks, and let it out that, like, guys, this is exactly what's going to happen. I woke up to hundreds of text messages, hundreds of calls, news stations calling me. I believe I had very big restaurateurs calling me, telling me I scared off their investors. Everybody was pissed at me.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it was not a
I mean,
great
but
morning.
for you, you're a broker, so you don't really care. You don't really care if it's going up or going down. If you got an empty space, that's another empty space for you to lease. Make more money. What do you care if you rent that same space every year for the next 5 years? Don't you make more money that way?
I do, but I also, landlords now, that's one of the reasons why they got a lot tougher on, clients because of the turn and burn. Anytime you see a restaurant that maybe has turned over 2 or 3 times, as an operator, you're always like, oh, that place is cursed, And landlords are getting sick of because now they can't double, triple the price if they have a cursed space. So now they're like, oh, I want personal guarantees and I want carbone. You think Major Food Group will take this? That's another issue.
You're well invested in Wynwood. You know more than I don't know much about Wynwood. I go there sometimes, but do you think Manau was a blessing or a curse for Wynwood?
I've sat down with Moishe, and he was one of those people. When I walked into his office, I was like, oh shit, he's got a hit out on me because I shit on Wynwood. I trashed it. So I was like, when he asked me for a meeting, I was like, oh, there's a hit out on me.
Yeah.
But when he showed me the finished product and what the plan is, a lot of people blame Moishe, but the truth of the matter is he hasn't even done anything there yet.
Yeah.
So no, I definitely don't blame Moishe because he didn't raise the prices. He didn't develop anything. Downtown, Flagler Street, MacArthur Dairy, Wynwood. The guy sits as long as he wants.
Yeah.
All the grungy, the wood taverns, and the Gramps.
It's gone. It's leaving.
All right.
Yeah.
So talking about Wynwood, you recently had a rant that you
rants are
had
my
some
favorite.
backlash on about Gramps.
Yeah.
And you shit on the whole East Side, right?
I shit on the holy side.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Did Graham's close already or no?
No, they're in January. They're going to close.
You pass me the vodka, boy.
So, yeah, of
yeah, of
course. You want some ice?
No, I have some in.
Okay, good.
There's probably about 10, 15 places that I still go to on the east side, and I have to literally apologize to every single fucking person that I frequent.
You went one by one in person and
I
apologizing?
went one by
Good
one in
for you.
person.
Good for you.
Called, DM'd. I'm like, listen, I might have been drunk and said a couple things, but the truth of the matter is, like, listen, places like Cafe Novella and places like Doma, And, they're great concepts. The majority of the places, it's fucking cooked. It's cooked. Nobody gives a shit. Listen, when people ask me, well, why do you think it's cooked?
Yeah.
I look at the sales numbers. If the sales, you look at the west side, okay? You got the block on 26, 27, 28th Street. You have Uchi, you have Q, you have Joe's Pizza, you have Zach the Baker, you have Walt Grace, Taco Stand, Barcelona, Dante's Hi-Fi. I could keep going and going. I see numbers. I see sales. Those are places that are succeeding. The east side, I see places closing every other month.
On the west side, there's that plant-based restaurant. What's it called?
Love Life Cafe.
Love Life.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
a great
Love Life, of
spot.
course.
Right. Best burritos. Incredible.
Yeah, and their burger, they're actually
so good.
Yeah, the burger's
That's a
actually
great
pretty
All
spot.
right, so you've been kind of an internet sensation over the last year and a half, and he just launched a new podcast. I don't know, have you seen it?
Yeah, FMB Miami, right?
FMB Miami. It's called Just the Tip.
Just the tip.
Just the Tip. I love
Such
the
a
name.
cool name.
Diego,
And it's a banana logo, by the way.
It's a banana with my slick back hair and my sunglasses.
That's hilarious.
Diego, I was going to talk to you. I love the name so much. I think we should change the name to Balls Deep.
I mean,
Balls
you know
deep.
what? I think that's pretty fucking brilliant. I would go balls deep.
Listen, we're here on Miami Beach, so we want to talk business on Miami Beach. Number one, the hottest thing in Miami Beach right now, Lincoln Road. Okay, we've had a lot of rumblings from Lincoln Road. I'm even looking at Lincoln Road. The city's spending $30 million. I don't know what they're doing, but $30 million seems like a lot of money to fix the streets.
It didn't
up,
seem
right?
like much. I saw the pictures of it.
We got a
didn't it?
guy with a mohawk that's bringing bought a
Playboy.
couple of buildings.
Yep.
He's bringing Playboy back.
bringing
Diego and
California
I are very
money, yeah.
excited about the not so much Playboy, but we're excited about the Playboy Club. Old guys like us going and hanging out there.
But where's that
Girls
going?
we don't really know.
Right.
We don't know where that's going.
Is that Playboy doing it or?
Yeah,
Listen,
he
I've
rented
heard,
it. Yeah, he
I've been
leased
on
the place. at
Felix,
Playboy.
I've been on Miami Beach for 40 years, and I have heard a lot of bullshit artists overpromise and underdeliver, and this could be another one. Okay, but it's exciting. He's talking about it. Somebody's putting up some cash because they bought the building. They bought the building where H&M is.
The one across you from Catch,
He's
they bought that one.
promising some kind of X project office space that seems a little far-fetched to me.
But it's
I
big
mean,
bucks.
you can go to work, you get food, and you get massage, and you get
I want a massage.
you can get all that good.
It's the future, Bernie.
You can
It's the
work
future.
out
No,
there. and play games
I'll tell you something about him.
Yeah.
Ravani, listen, great guy.
Yeah, seems like a cool guy.
Listen, you know what? I respect the shit out of him. Me and him have a lot in common. In terms of we're all about disrupting, and he's a disruptor. And he came into this fucking market. Nobody knew who the fuck he was. He made some really big transactions,
Big
focused on
bucks.
hospitality. And you know what? He's in, he's out.
Yeah, he's all in. One of those buildings costs like $140 million. It's crazy how much money he's
Listen,
putting
Felix,
in.
for a little guy who's trying to, who wants to come back, who wants to be part of bringing it back, because it will come back at some point. People like Robert Ravani make it a little bit easier to go out and ask for money and to raise money and so forth, because now there's interest, right? Something else is happening, or the possibility of something else happening. The possibility of getting back in early again, right? That's what everybody's looking for. Where is getting back in early right now? If you were going to get in early somewhere, what neighborhood in 305 is getting in early right now for you?
Listen, I love Little Haiti. I love 71st Street. I'm a big fan of
71st
North
Street
Beach.
here in Miami Beach.
I'm a big, huge fan of North Beach.
North Beach.
North Miami.
The shores? No, the shores? The Miami shores? No?
Love the shores because now they're on sewer. They're not on septic anymore. So now you could do restaurants there. North Bay Village, huge fan. I think the opportunity for North Bay Village is going to be limitless.
That place is blowing up.
There's a lot of
Imagine the
empty
traffic in
properties,
there.
yeah.
Right. Neighbor, I'm a fan. I'm a fan from everything from the one hotel all the way to Soho House. I think that when the beach does come back hard, I think that's going to be the area it comes back first. Not a fan of Alton Road, not a fan of Lincoln, but that's just
You're
me.
talking about Collins from 17th to 41st.
From 20th
From the Fontainebleau
exactly.
down
From the
41st.
Delano and all that stuff all the way to Soho House. in
So you're
Fontainebleau.
recommending me to open up a restaurant
100%
there?
100%.
as a beach guy.
100%.
Right?
To do a man,
Trying to get on the water.
There's gonna be so many hotels that are gonna be doing management deals. You know, get in now.
Grant, are you paying attention?
Get in right now because everybody's gonna want to be.
He's
there.
here now.
You got what? Cipriani's coming in.
You got the guru here
that's
now.
it.
You got any questions for him? Right? All right,
Sure, after the
Cipriani,
show,
where's
for sure.
Cipriani coming in? They're doing a hotel, right?
Yeah, they're doing. I think they're going directly next door to the Amman, which is going to be another monster property.
Well, we're going to have Arab sheiks coming and staying here on the beach now. I mean, I don't know who's staying at the Amman.
But you know what? Whatever brings the
Yeah.
people who want to spend money on mom and pops who are local, I'm all for it. I'm all about it.
Is somebody who's staying at the Amman going to come to some, little mom and pop? I mean, that's the issue with the Deauville that we're having here. Okay, the Deauville, they're doing a 200 room hotel. They're doing a super high end 150 room. You're never going to see anybody that goes in there. The little stores that are across the street from the Deauville are not going to get one customer from the Deauville
Right.
because somebody staying at the Amman is going to get picked up by a car and they're going to take them down to some Michelin star
and they're only going to be
restaurant.
here for 6
They're
months
not-
out of the year.
or a month out of the year.
Right, but guys,
I mean,
let me tell you how Miami's changed. Okay, a place like Sonny's, right? A couple years ago, you're like, oh, they're gonna do these fucking crazy numbers in Little River. That all these like VIPs are gonna want to go to Little River. Everybody's like, no, these guys are fucking crazy. Boy, a day in a fucking strip center in Upper Buena Vista.
Yeah.
Zero.
are these anomalies, or do you think these are these really becoming revenue models? Is this a real thing?
I think that there are more local operators just figuring out what works for both locals and tourists.
Yeah.
I think that's really what it is. You cannot rely on the tourists to be successful 12 months a year in
can't.
Miami. Can't do
No.
it.
Not
You
at
got to
all.
focus
Not
on
at
your
all.
locals because that's who's going to be there 3-4 times a month. Because, guys, if you all know that if you're coming in once a month, you're not going to make it.
How do you feel about pop-ups? You know, I have this conversation with Bernie. I
Love
said
pop-ups.
everything's so expensive now that this area is going to become pop-up. That 5-year lease, 1-year lease is going to be a thing of the past. There's going to be pop-ups a month, right? And if you say what's a company going to, what's the advantage of having a company rent a space for a month? Well, it's branding, right?
Right.
Yeah, you could show off your product, you could sell the product, but it's a lot for branding. Do you think the future is going to be pop-ups for commercial
I
properties?
think that it's going to be pop-ups, but I think it's going to be longer than a month. I
Not
think
for
it's-
restaurants.
Right. You
No,
can't-
I'm saying restaurants.
Restaurants can't be that short term. There's
Yeah.
too much infrastructure.
No, there's a lot
too
of
much
build-out,
investment.
obviously, yeah.
Right.
But I think that is the future. Pop-ups are going to be the
I
future.
mean, we did a big pop-up food hall at Central Fair in the Brightline. We were able to put in guys who deserve brick and mortar, guys like Wolf of Tacos, guys like Katoa, Stanzio, but Josh we put in, people that really should. And if